Has your life become complicated and your relationships falling apart? Have you lost joy in everything you do? Do you feel like everything is going away? If the answer is yes, this summary will set your compass right and help you balance the messy parts of your life and lead you to happiness. Do you want validation for your efforts by showing your progress? Do you feel ashamed of yourself when you make a mistake? Why do you feel that apologizing has made you lose face? Has it been a while since you talked to your parents and siblings? How do you encourage your children when they want to try new activities? Why does excessive social media use make you feel depressed? We will discuss all these topics and more in this summary. This summary will serve as a guide to improve your relationship with yourself and the people close to you. Following these rules will bring harmony in your life. They will help you to be a better parent, life partner, sibling, friend, colleague, and generally a good human being. Chapter 1. Keep it under your hat. When you are changing any area of your life, you want people to know that your life is on the right track. You are opening doors to positivity, a healthy mindset, and the art of success. Your desire to show your progress and how much effort I am putting into my life reflects in your attitude. But why tell people about your success? Work on yourself quietly and keep it a secret. We have a natural desire to share our journey with others, but actions are more powerful than words, so let your progress show for itself. Humans are generally not interested in the growth of others. If someone pretends, we ignore them. We feel that they are lecturing us, like you are friends with smokers, and you used to smoke yourself, but you decided to adopt a healthier lifestyle and quit smoking. Suddenly, you want to tell your smoking friends about the side effects of smoking. The problem here is that they will oppose you because they are not mentally ready for this change. They will see you as a person who always believes himself to be right, so don't talk about your plans and life-changing principles. Don't try to change other people and make them join you. You will feel happy with the change in your attitude towards your life, and this happiness will show on your face and behavior. People will ask you what you have done or what habits you have adopted to bring about this change. Instead of sharing the story of your techniques there, you can simply say that you are feeling good because the day is good. People don't really want to know about your struggles or journey. When they ask you how are you, they want a simple answer like, I am fine. This question is just a formality. People don't want to hear a long answer about what is going on in your life. Your long answer will make them feel responsible for you, and people are not ready to get involved in that way. They just want to know the result. You may be making progress or achieving something, but keep quiet about what you are doing. You may be working to improve yourself, your professional life, or any other part of your life. So continue your development and live a normal life without telling anything to others. Everyone is going through different phases in their life journey. People's journey and their obstacles are different. You may be at the 10th level of improvement, and someone else is at the 1st level. It is not your job to show off your progress or motivate others. If you have changed the way you live, it is your own matter. Your growth should be a private matter, not a part of people's conversation. Chapter 2. You'll get older, but not necessarily wiser. In movies, the grandmother often gives a very valuable life lesson to the main character, and their life automatically gets back on track. It is very rare in movies when a young person shares a life-changing experience or lesson. Most people believe that older people are wiser, but this is not always true. We keep making stupid mistakes throughout our lives. We learn from our experiences so we don't make the same mistakes again and again. But life always brings new situations. Instead of beating ourselves up for our wrong decisions, we should accept that making mistakes is normal. Be kind to yourself and understand that making mistakes and learning from your experiences is part of growing up. Accept that you will make more mistakes as you grow up. You will be caught in situations that are completely new to you, and you will not have any way to deal with them. In such a situation, you may make hasty decisions, overthink and overreact, and handle the situation badly. But you have to give yourself the freedom to explore and learn from new adventures. This is how you will be able to find new paths in life. Accept your mistakes and resolve that you will not repeat them. Then move on for your own peace of mind. You are not the only person in the world who is doing things wrong. Everyone makes many wrong decisions. Your journey of healing begins when you forgive yourself and others. Remember, this rule of acceptance applies to everyone. One good thing about growing old is that you make fewer mistakes as you grow older. This is because you have gained a lot of knowledge of life experience by learning from the mistakes you made earlier. Therefore, the more mistakes you make in the beginning of life, the fewer mistakes you will make later on. That is why youth is a very precious time. At that time, you do not have the big responsibility of a life partner or children. Youth gives you the opportunity to experiment, explore and evaluate different possibilities. You have the freedom to make mistakes without taking too much risk. You become mature and are ready to make new mistakes with respect and understanding. Chapter 3. Allow your partner the space to be themselves. Romantic comedy novels and movies have made us develop an airy expectation of a soulmate who will be perfect for us. We want to have a happily ever after life with a life partner who meets all our expectations. Striving for a perfect life may look good in Disney movies, but in real life it is nothing more than foolishness. You started liking someone because of their independent, strong and powerful personality or nature. You like that person because they have control over everything in life. But when you start living with that person, you have a strong desire to change them. The quality of independence that you first fell in love with now makes you jealous. You suddenly start expecting that the relationship will change your partner's personality. You believe that it will imprison them, put limits on them, or clip their wings. Don't forget that your partner was leading a successful life before you came along and was managing it well. He doesn't need your constant advice. If you are putting limits on his dreams, restricting his choices, and taking away his freedom, then you are becoming a problem. Give your partner personal space. Step back a little and let him manage his life on his own. People often complain about how their relationship has lost its charm and magic, and how they have become distant from their partners. When you analyze their situation, you will notice a pattern of distrust, pressure and control by one or both partners. This creates a suffocating atmosphere where both of them do not have space to breathe freely. The partners holding on to each other becomes toxic for each other. Both are always with each other and never give each other personal space. To have a healthy relationship, learn to step back and look at what it was that you liked about your partner. Think about the qualities that made that person special to you. Then, look at how he or she is now. Have you noticed that the qualities that made your partner unique in your eyes have disappeared? You may realize that he or she has replaced the old qualities with new ones. Does he or she have the same independent nature that you liked, or have you interfered with his or her freedom? It is quite possible that you have not intentionally tried to imprison him or reduce his confidence. Unconsciously, your human nature may have forced you to control your partner. Now, he has lost the magic that made him stand out, and because of which you liked him. So now help him regain his independence and encourage him to be who he is. Support your partner and be the wind to his wings. He may take some time to regain his identity and skills, so wait for it calmly. Most people who are in successful relationships spend some time apart from each other to maintain their individuality. They are not dependent on each other, and this is a sign of a healthy and mature relationship. Chapter 4. Be nice. A man loved to buy bags for his wife, but they never came in handy. Sometimes the bag was too small, and sometimes it got torn easily. The woman told her husband many times what kind of bag would be useful for her, and said that she would go with him to buy a bag. But the husband ignored her because he believed that his taste was better. Once, instead of arguing with her husband, the woman bought a bag of her choice and gifted it to her husband. By doing this, for the first time the man realized that the handbag he bought was as useless for his wife as the bag his wife gave him was for him. This example shows how important it is to treat your life partner well and pay attention to what he says. Today's world is fast-paced. We often feel as if we are in a race to be successful with others. While we cope with the challenges of life, we often put our relationships aside and forget that we are dealing with real human beings who have emotions. We should be grateful, appreciative and loving towards our partners. Instead, we often treat them poorly, ignore them, or act as if they are worthless or not important to us. We take our partners for granted and don't put in the effort to make them happy. To bring back the magic in your relationship, take a deep breath and start treating your partner as well as you did at the beginning of your relationship. Make a fresh start. Treat each other with respect, understanding and kindness. Appreciate their efforts by saying please and thank you several times a day. Give them your full attention when you are with them, and never be shy to praise your partner. Give each other meaningful gifts without any special occasion. Show interest in each other's lives by asking each other questions about the past day. Being a good partner means taking care of your partner's health and happiness. Share their dreams, expectations and workload. Participate in hobbies or activities they enjoy. Your partner's physical, emotional and spiritual needs will change throughout the relationship. Make time for them and try to understand what your partner needs. Be there to listen and show genuine interest in their life. Show love through your words and actions. Your presence and attention show your love. Chapter 5. Be the first to say sorry. Have you ever argued with your parents, then left the room in anger, and when your anger subsided, you realized that you were wrong? But you felt ashamed to apologize to your parents, so you waited for them to take the first step. As soon as your parents talk to you, you feel as if the argument never happened. But the question is, why were you not able to initiate the conversation? Sorry is a small word, but for some people it is the most difficult word. First, learn to say sorry. It does not matter who started the discussion, what the discussion was about, or who won. You should apologize to the other person first. There is no shame in taking the initiative to resolve a conflict, because apologizing will not harm your dignity. Saying sorry no longer hurts your self-respect, makes you weak, or threatens you. Owning up to your mistake is a powerful quality anyone can have. Everyone makes mistakes. It doesn't matter if the problem is small or big. You may not have been at fault initially, but you may have made one or two small mistakes. You can apologize for a situation that could have been handled more maturely, or for turning a discussion into an argument. Don't wait for the other person to apologize. Apologizing even when it's not your fault is called maturity. Be wise, kind and big-hearted from within. It will make you feel good. There are many benefits of apologizing. This one word ends the tension between you and the other person, resolves the misunderstanding peacefully, and removes the bad feelings for each other. It is possible that your partner will also understand your attitude and look at the argument from a different perspective and apologize to you. Remember, when you apologize, you are not apologizing for the wrong thing you may or may not have done. You are just apologizing for arguing. Apologize because you lost everything and argued. Feel ashamed that you were not mature and could not handle the situation more sensibly. So feel ashamed for being childish, rude or stubborn, not for apologizing. Chapter 6. Never be too busy for loved ones. Have you talked to or met your siblings since you met them last holiday? Or have you kept putting it off until it feels awkward to talk? It's easy to ignore the people close to you in this fast-paced life. You forget to talk to your friends and siblings. You were too busy, so you forget their birthdays and special events. It's not because you don't love them or they don't matter to you. It's because you were too lost in your daily life. You miss them and complain about how you both haven't been able to keep in touch. But you don't take the initiative to take time out of your schedule. Soon, a lot of time passes, and it's too late. Parents of young children often feel tired. If you are a parent, you may want the Victorian tradition where a nanny gets the kids ready for bed, and you just see the kids for an hour before bedtime. This sounds great because then you see your child for just 1 hour and don't have to take care of them all day. But your children or your loved ones don't want this. He wants you close to him. He wants you to be a part of his problems. He wants you to make time for him and be with him. Your children will grow up in the blink of an eye, and you will not have any good memories of them because you were too busy to be a part of their lives. Time acts as an input in your relationships. The more input you put into your relationship, the more output you will get. So call people yourself, whether they are your children, parents, siblings or friends. Don't be sad if they don't take the initiative or don't respond to your efforts. If you stay connected with your close ones, you will live a guilt-free life. You will become better at keeping your relationships healthy. Learn to forgive people and don't hold grudges if others don't keep in touch with you. Taking initiative doesn't make anyone small. Time and attention are the two most valuable things you can give someone. When you make time for your family or friends, you are receiving their love in exchange for your time and attention. This is a very valuable transaction that benefits everyone. The next time your parents call you, put your work aside and give them your full attention. But if you are doing something that you cannot postpone, tell them that you will call them in some time, and then don't forget to call them. Your loved ones should be your priority. Make time for your family and friends before it is too late, and you lose touch with your close ones. Chapter 7. Give your kids a break. Parenting is a tough job, but have you ever realized how tough it is to have a child? As a parent, it is important to give your child a break. This means giving them constant support and motivation. These principles apply not just to your children, but to all children. The most common word children hear is no. When adults stop children from doing something they shouldn't, they limit their curiosity. If you were a child once, you will remember how you felt at that time. It is very easy to say no, but it is difficult to discipline by saying encouraging words. If you constantly refuse your child by saying no, he will get demotivated. You should practice saying yes. This does not mean that you say yes to every demand of your child. You can also use yes to stop them from doing things that are not right for them or are dangerous. For example, if your child wants to ride a bicycle, you can say, yes, you can ride it, but when you grow up. You should encourage your children to do everything they want to do. Give your children the freedom to explore and learn. If your children want to do a new activity, don't try to protect them from failure and disappointment. Support them and leave your worries behind. If you share your worries with your children, it gets embedded in their minds and they stop trying. Letting your children fail is better than telling them they can't do it. Let them learn from their mistakes. Don't limit them by protecting them. Be supportive. Anna wanted to become a ballet dancer when she was 6 years old. Ballet dancers have a slim body, but she was tall and athletic. Anna's parents noticed that Anna's body was completely opposite to that of a ballet dancer, but they did not tell her to dream of anything else. Her parents took her to ballet classes. Anna soon realized that ballet was not for her. Her body type caused pain in her legs. Finally, she gave up her desire to become a ballet dancer willingly and with full dignity. Don't break your child's dreams or discourage them. This can easily break a child's self-esteem. Let them analyze the situation themselves and do what is best for them. Be proud of them even if they lose. Be proud of them even if they win. Let your encouraging words become their fuel. By doing this, you are boosting their confidence. Your job is to be their guide and provide them with resources to achieve their goals. Suppose your child wants to do something but is unable to do it. Then the fact that he tried is a victory in itself. Chapter 8. Be generous with your time and information. As we grow up and experience different situations in life, we learn new skills and improve the skills we already have. On this journey, you will learn many important things, and your knowledge and skills can be useful for others, especially the new generation. You should not keep your knowledge to yourself. Share it with people and let them benefit from it. If you have any talent, teach others to use it. Give your time to society. Teaching others doesn't mean that you go to your local youth club every day and teach like a teacher, become a motivational speaker or a role model. It means that if you get a chance, don't miss it. The author of this book, Richard Templar, was asked to give a talk to a group of 6-year-old children and tell them about his job. Richard felt awkward about the word author because he felt that he was not well known enough to deserve that title. He considered himself a writer, but Richard agreed to give the talk. Surprisingly, the children asked him questions like an adult, and he enjoyed answering the children's curiosity and interest about his career. The children were very eager to hear him and were listening to him with great attention. This experience taught Richard that it was easy to reject the offer to speak to children, but by saying yes to this, he got a chance to inspire some children to become authors. You never know how much your encouragement can mean to other people. This rule also applies to the workplace. In this era of competition, you can easily develop the mindset that you have more knowledge than others. You are in high demand because you have skills that others do not have. But this mindset is harmful for you and your team. You should share your knowledge and help others so that your team can succeed. If you are too eager to show off your expert skills, you may get overwhelmed with work. Remember, the most successful people in the world actively teach the community and share their knowledge. You may feel lazy or too proud to teach others. Remember that your knowledge is not a secret that needs to be kept hidden. Let people learn from you so that they too can be successful in their lives. It doesn't matter what skills you have. Don't take your knowledge for granted. In fact, it's the opposite. So be helpful with your knowledge and time. If you have a talent or skill, share it. Conclusion. The principles explained in this summary are so amazing that you can use them in all aspects of your life. First of all, you learned how to avoid showing off. Don't tell people about your growth. They will notice it themselves because they will start seeing the change in you automatically. Second, you learned that getting older doesn't mean getting smarter. You are getting older with experience, and it depends on how much you want to learn from your mistakes. Making mistakes is natural and also the best way to discover new experiences. Third, you learned that you should be supportive of your partner and not try to control or restrict him or her. Fourthly, you learned that for a long-term relationship, it is very important to be friends with your partner and express love through small things. Fifth, you learned that there is no shame in apologizing. Instead of putting your point of view above who was right and who was wrong in an argument, you should apologize first. Sixth, you have learned to show your close ones that they are your priority. No matter how busy you are, make time for them. Seventh, you learned how to encourage your children and support them in the activities they want to do. Eighth, you learned to be a person who gives time and knowledge. Try to give back what you have learned from the world. Eventually, you learn to get involved in real life and live in the present instead of the virtual world. Simple changes in your mindset or attitude can make your life more meaningful and happier. Apply these rules to improve your relationships or interactions with your partner, family, friends, and society. Enjoy life and learn to live every moment to the fullest.